It is 14 minutes past 9 o'clock, and oh, ladies and gentlemen, look who is here. It is Sheree, and we are time for our segment of Fork in the Road, and we're going to go cocoa nuts here today. This is going to be a lot of fun. We have some interesting objects in front of us. So what are we channeling here?
We're doing the coconut thing today, Lou. I'm excited about it. People talk about coconuts all the time. It's kind of like the thing, the new thing, and they don't know a lot about them. So I'm here to tell you.
And one of the things that we learned from you a while ago, which is interesting, is what a coconut looks like nowadays when you go to the grocery store, because they've changed form. For the last couple of years. A coconut does not look like a coconut anymore.
They're totally naked now.
Yeah, like that over there.
This is
that's what it looks like.
This is what it looks like. And this one, I've removed the flesh from it because I've made you something with it. But this is, and when it opens like this. Now this is not to say that they've changed or mutated or
no.
But this is what we're buying them like.
The presentation.
Now. The presentation, and the brown hairy ones that we're used to are just simply this guy older. They're more mature.
Oh.
And the cool thing is that the meat inside is different. So when you open, if you've ever gotten a coconut open,
I didn't know that.
If you've ever managed to do that with running over it or however you got that open.
I was so proud because you've talked about coconuts and their health benefits before, and you can buy things that say coconut water and things like that, but the purest form is out of natural coconut.
Exactly.
I went to Mexico, and this dad was getting coconut for his kids, and he got a machete out, and I'm like, there's a device you can buy now, so you don't have to use a machete.
And it's good to know it both ways. It's good. It's like driving a car. It's good to know how to drive an automatic, but if you can do a stick shift, you can drive anything.
Right.
So this would be the way to buy the coconut. And then what the meat looks like inside is a lot different than what we're used to. You're used to, if you're looking at a coconut and you're used to seeing it dry, like what would be
shredded.
in the package, the shredded thing. But the fresh coconut is really quite beautiful and fresh and yummy. And so what I did with this coconut, so I've got a bunch of things I want to show you, the coconut products. So the first thing, because I know you always listen to me better when you're eating something, let's try these smoothies.
Oh, smoothie first.
Smoothie first. And it's got a little bit of a greenish cast to it, because it's left over from 2 days ago. No kidding. It's coconut. It's banana. I threw some kale in there, a little bit of flax seeds, and here's why I did this. Most of the time people think they're making smoothies and they're putting yogurt in it. They think it needs dairy.
Right.
It doesn't. So some people can't eat dairy. So if we want the creamy texture, coconut is a great answer, great solution.
But you need it in that meaty form, or how can we get it in there?
You can, two ways. One, you can do it in the meaty form, which is the best way, which is the way that I did it for you. Take it fresh out of the coconut. This, by the way, cost me $1.29 at the Asian market. So it's a great value. Perfect. And it had 2 cups of coconut water in there. I used that also when I made this, so this is a value. The second way, not as good, but it'll work at a pinch. This is called desiccated coconut, or shredded if you want to use a less fancy term. Put this in the blender with a little bit of water, puree it up as long as it takes, and then that will make coconut milk.
Okay.
Don't buy the stuff in the can. The coconut milk in the can is usually got a lot of junk in it and a lot of preservatives and that type of thing. So
can you get that at the Asian market too? Or
you would probably buy this you buy at the natural food store or at the supermarket. I would just buy it there. You can also buy it in bulk. It's less expensive that way. Always buy unsweetened. Don't buy the stuff with the sugar in it. If you want sweetener in there, add dates, add whatever you want to make it sweeter. Don't let somebody else. Stevia would be a great answer. You're learning. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
So let's talk about some of the other products that come with the coconut theme. First one, and the one that most people are familiar with now, is coconut oil. And coconut oil, just a couple things to know about that. One, it's solid at room temperature, so it looks a little bit like, but don't confuse it with Crisco or lard. And so it's real good. I've mentioned before, as personal care products, it's good in the bathroom for lotion, or you can put it in your hair if you wanted to make your hair like a little more tame. Buy unrefined and store it at room temperature. And if you need to melt it, just melt it gently on some low heat. You can also fry with it.
Oh, really?
Is that the same stuff you use for popcorn?
That is what I've used for popcorn. You pay attention too. I think I'm making a dent here. I'm hopeful. Okay, so if let's say you didn't buy the coconut at the store, you've been using this for your smoothie, you could also buy coconut water at the store. And this is an example of a particular brand of coconut water. This one I like for a couple reasons. One, it comes in a glass container rather than anything else. It's not in plastic and so forth. Yeah, it's resealable, and I like that about it. And I like it that it's not made from concentrate. So that's the other thing to look at. Sometimes the big box stores will sell coconut water in a value, and they've got several brands to pick from. Read the brands and pick the one that's not made from concentrate. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
To me, it tastes almost kind of chocolatey. It's really good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you like coconut? Because I feel
Yeah.
like so many guys do not like the taste of
Yeah,
coconut, but
it's
maybe
good.
they're eating something that's a little more artificial or sugary as opposed to the real.
Right. Sometimes
thing.
it's flavored. Like when we buy things, it's like when I've brought on banana chips on the show before, and it's got banana flavoring in them. What the heck? You
Yeah.
know. So yeah. So just don't give up. If you don't like this brand, you might like another brand. So keep trying. They're all different. Another thing that we can use coconut as an alternative for is a sweetener. Now, a lot of times people were trying to avoid certain kinds of, like people with blood sugar issues want to go with a more low glycemic sweetener. So agave is an option, but not everybody likes agave. Not everybody likes maple syrup. Not everybody likes honey. Coconut nectar is a great option. It's lower glycemic. It comes from a plant. It's less processed. It's a great option.
It doesn't spike your blood sugar and make you tired. And all that
Correct.
stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
And it's got a little bit of a kind of a caramely taste too. I really like it. So play with it. Decide whether you like it or not. And if you don't, then move on and do something else.
Right.
So let's move on, and you can taste your sushi. Now,
All right.
now there are a couple things
Now,
about
what kind of sushi do we have here?
vegetarian. You know me in my
Okay.
world, so there's no fish
There's
in
no
there.
raw fish in this?
No,
Okay,
it's all
then
vegetable.
we'll try it.
Yes. What's not raw about this is because instead of making you sushi this morning, I did purchase your sushi, so there is rice in it. So that's not typically something I use in my rice. Jason, do you need some help?
I
or
am
a fork?
chopstick challenged. I'm working on it.
You'll get it.
Now, what are we dipping this in?
You're dipping this. This is what the point of the soy is today. Instead of using soy sauce, we're using coconut aminos.
Really?
Yeah. And so you'll notice that's slightly sweet. Coconut aminos are a substitute for soy sauce. Not everybody can eat soy for whatever their reasons are. Or
How
choose
about
not
the
to.
sodium in there?
Less sodium.
Less sodium, okay.
Yep, and a little bit more sweet. What I like, if you like spicy, like spicy tuna or those kinds of like spicier sushis, it's really good with that. It's a nice balance.
Yeah, and there are quite a few people that can't have soy, like gluten-free people can't have soy sauce.
Exactly. Good. Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
Just did a shot of it.
And if you wanted to,
That's true.
if you wanted to do your own sushi rolls and didn't want to use seaweed, for example, I've got yet another option for you, and that is some wraps made out of nothing but coconut. So these are called paleo wraps.
Really?
Wow.
There's other brands that just say coconut wraps and whatever. They roll up like a sushi, like a
you go,
nori
Craig.
roll.
Could you use that as like a tortilla?
Yeah.
If you wanted to,
Yeah.
like for a spring roll or something like that?
I've never
Oh, wow.
seen these before.
Isn't that lovely? And
Where do we find items like this?
these I got at Campbell's locally at the health food store. You can order them online, but buy local if you can.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that's
of
where I got
course.
those.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what we support every day.
Awesome.
Yep. So last two things
Wow.
to know. One is other coconut sweetener would be coconut sugar. So that would be in place of a refined sugar or brown sugar.
Cane
or what,
sugar.
We should get some of that
exactly.
for our
Yep.
coffee.
Wonderful
Yeah.
stuff.
That'd be good.
Or stevia. And then the other thing is you can buy coconut milk in the store. This is one brand in particular. As always, read the label. So what you're going to do is you're going to look to make sure that there's not a lot of extra junk. When I make you coconut milk, I use simply what comes in the coconut. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't have a lot of extra stuff in there, carrageenan, preservatives, things you don't recognize. And that's your.
This was all delicious.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Very
Really
good.
You're
good.
welcome.
Now, your program's going to be back on pretty soon. Season 3
spring.
coming up, spring 2015, fork-road.com for more information on this and many other things, including some good recipes.
Yes, you'd go to www.fork-road.com.
Perfect. Good job. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
It is 9:23.